Hey, what's up? YouTube land, YouTube Nation, I think all the young kids are calling it nowadays. So what's going on? Thanks for coming back, swinging on by, spending a little bit of your time with me on a Sunday night here. Hey, we got the NASCAR race going on in Chicago. That's a NASCAR. It's a wet car. We've had what I think I read that we set the record for rainfall on July 2nd here in Chicago. So kind of cool, kind of crazy. Didn't go to the whole NASCAR thing. I'm not really a race guy. I do my due diligence, or what do you call it? I put in my time, not my due diligence. I did a little bit of due diligence on 3M. Some thinking about it, sleeping on it, and as you saw from the thumbnail title that you clicked on, I did sell more 3M. Not completely out of it yet. I still have 14 shares inside of the Roth IRA. And that one, I had said, I know I recently said that I plan on holding those for a while just to see what happens. But man, the more I sleep on it, the more I think about it, the more I mull it over. And I'd love to hear what you guys are doing with 3M. So I'm going to give my little spiel real quick and tell you why I sold, some of my reasons for it. But yeah, I'd love to see you guys in the chat, man. So cool that you're just swinging by for a little bit here on Sunday night. And yeah, Rick, me too. It's a little bit less chaotic. We're usually home on Sunday nights. And um, yeah, I think most of us are home getting ready for the week. I know a lot of us have a short week ahead of us. So, hey, it's going to be fun, going to be cool. And oh no, the audio scuffed. Okay, thanks for telling me, Casey. Let me see if I can see real quick what's going on with that. Ah, that's why. Here we go. You see, I'm in a hurry. Make it sound better. All right, there we go. Thank you. Thanks for that. My wing woman there getting me on the audio. So yeah, kind of a whatever. You do these things. Yeah, it should be good, right? Good now? No video for you tomorrow, Darth. All right, so again, I'd love to hear, and I think, yeah, much better. So the problem right there was this thing. I wasn't connected to that, and it was on the microphone on the laptop here. So problem solved. No need to call Scooby Doo and the Mystery Machine. We solved it, gang. So I want to get into it real quick. Why I sold more 3M. So to preface it, and again, guys, just if you want to share quick thoughts, go ahead. I'll try and keep this really, really brief for you. First of all, is that I find myself thinking, and I guess I'll just say it, just hoping that they recover, that the litigation works out in 3M's favor, that it doesn't break the bank for them, that they don't have to cut the dividend. But honestly, as they say, hope is not a very good strategy. So I know that because the legal issues are in the hands of the lawyers and the coin appointed juries, that puts that aspect of it, which is going to be a lot of money, that's out of the hands of 3M management. So that's strike one, that they're it's out of their hands. I don't like that. Secondly, let me jump on to Simply Save Dividends here so I can talk you through this and give you something to look at other than my bright, happy, shining face. Yeah, KC, I'm gonna get with you on that about compelling argument. It certainly is. It is tough. So let's pop to here. All right, let's share my whole thing. Let me do this. All right, here we go. 3M. So, for those of you that may be a little bit older, like myself, someday when I'm really old, like over 40, it's my joke. Anyway, I am. The dividend growth. I want to show you guys this. Of course, now I've gone too big. You've gone too big, mate. 0.7% dividend growth, the last increase, 5% the past 5 years. So 8% last 20 years is okay, but we can't always look, that's kind of the last battle where we were fighting and we don't know exactly where things are going. So a lot of uncertainty. 64 years of dividend growth streak may be in jeopardy, but you can see here that since 2021, they've been increasing it 1 penny every year. I think those are token increases, and I get the feeling that 3M is just treading water, trying to keep that dividend king status, which is 50 years of consecutive dividend increases. And they don't want to cut right now. They don't want to do anything to scare off any more investors that have already been scared off. So yeah, that slow dividend growth. Also, what they are doing is that they are going to be spinning off their healthcare business, which is about an $8 or $9 billion revenue a year business for 3M. They're going to be spinning that off by year end of 2023, and I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to pull what John Stankey and AT&T did when they spun off Warner Brothers Discovery. They were like, hey, we're losing $20 billion of revenue. So what we're going to do is we're going to right size the dividend. And they effectively cut the dividend. So I have a feeling that 3M, because they're going to be saying, we're losing this, we're spinning it off, we have to right size the dividend. I have a feeling that they're going to cut the dividend or reduce it or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of strike two right there, the slow growth and the uncertainty around the spinoff, and if they're going to use that as cover for reducing the dividend. And then the last thing here is, and you can see the timeliness. The dividend yield is currently almost 6% right now, which the 5-year average is 3.5%. And again, yes, looking in the past tells us nothing about the future or where a business is going, but it's still a metric that people look at, right or wrong, so there it is. But the thing that I don't like, so free cash flow payout ratio shot up to 88%. It's down to 80% now. That's a little bit high. Earnings per share is dipping. Free cash flow per share kind of holding steady, but I mean, if you see it where it was at 2013, $6.09, we're at $7.49 projected over the next 12 months. That's not really going in the right direction. Couple more here. Earnings per share growth, -6%, and then 0% in 22. It was -3%. The sales growth, and then -5% last 12 months. Those are going in the wrong direction. Total sales, check this out. Total sales was $30.9 billion in 2013, $33.4 billion right now. That's just been flat. So that's a 2.46% 10-year CAGR, compound annual growth rate on those total sales. So we'd like to see that growing a lot more. One of the good things, they are buying back shares down to 562 million. So I would think that they should keep buying back shares, right? Because the stock price is the cheapest it's been since 2013. Hold that thought. More in a second. I'm getting through. I'm rocking and through, guys. I want to get my spiel done. Return on equity is dropping. Return on invested capital is dropping. So those margins are compressing. Same with free cash flow margin, operating margin. All their margins are compressing in the wrong direction. Their net debt, though, is 46%. That has come down. So that's still kind of good. And the interest coverage ratio has dropped quite a bit. One thing on that net debt, though, I know this may be over a lot of your heads, but let me just get it out so my head doesn't explode. And let's see if this is going to share. Come on, baby. The maturities of their long-term debt, again, not breaking the bank. Of course, we're not sharing this. Hold on, everybody. Hold the phone. we gotta do some technical difficulties here. Let me put that on. All right. I know this is where it comes fun, right? Like, look at the guy. He's screwing up. All right. Let me share this. I know. I'll get to you guys in a second. Let me do this. This I know will work. Go like that. Go like that. Here we go. So this was from their last report. Come on. There we go. Hooray. This is when they have debt coming due. Nothing crazy, but still, it's something to keep in mind. The end of 2023, it's going to be almost $2 billion, $1.1 billion in 24, $1.8 billion in 25, $1.5 billion in 26. So after 2027, $8 billion, currently about $16 billion of total debt right now. So just always something to keep in mind. They have debt maturing, so that's just one more strain on the business with all the litigation fee that's going to be paid out. So that's kind of strike two, is that margins are compressing. And then thirdly, let me show you guys this. I don't remember who brought it up, but I showed hedge follow on the last live stream we did. And all right, guys, I know, I'm getting there. This is the last thing, I promise. This is the last thing. I want to show you. So on Dataroma, this is one that is also good. So we showed hedgefollow.com. Dataroma is also free. But if you go up here and you type in the company, again, there's plenty of things you can do here. You can look at the super investor, the top 10 stocks by percentage that they're bought, big bets where they'll show stocks like Micron, the max percentage of a portfolio that companies or hedge funds have invested in a single stock. But that'll be for another day. So with 3M here, what we want to do is drop down to this tab right here that says Insider. And we will see that over the last, let's go 2 years. Over the last 2 years, let me a little bigger here. For 3M, over the last 2 years, no transactions bought, no buys, and there's been 60 sells totaling $15 million. And interestingly, you just go down the list, hide this, go down the list, and you'll see it'll show the relationship to the business. And even when you have the CEO, where is he? Where's Michael Roman? Right here, Michael Roman, May of 22. He's selling. He actually, the last 3 years, and we can find that now this you got to pay for alpha spread. But when you go to ownership and you click transactions, it's again 206 sales and only 6 purchases. I find it interesting, and I don't know, KC may have some light on this, but check it out. Their CEO, Michael Roman, sold 10,000 shares the first week of May 22. Then we go to the first week of May 21. He sold 6,800 shares. Then we go to the first week of May. So I don't know, he's got some bills to pay then. He sold 7,800 shares the first week of May was Michael Roman. So 3 years in a row. That was kind of weird. And the last buy right here, David B. Dillon on May 17th, 2019, he bought shares of 3M. So to wrap that up for my strike, did we do strike 3? Well, maybe this is strike 4, is that this stock has not been this cheap since 2013. And the insiders, the C-suite, management, they're not buying their own company. So that does not give me a lot of confidence in 3M going in the long term. So just so much negativity, uncertainty, and there I am hoping that the clouds will part, everything will be intact, and I just don't want to rely on hope. So there we go. Now, I love you guys, and I love you for holding on here so I could get that done. And I'm still thinking about, let me know what you think of that. I've been talking, for 13 minutes. Let me know in the chat. I'll get caught up. Do you find that helpful? Is it boring? Because when I'm looking on my screen and whatnot, I can't see your guys' comments unless I had another screen. So maybe in the future. But yes. So now there she is. A reason on 3M. Oh, okay. You guys are talking. Okay, so let me get caught up. Gift of 360. I like that name. Got out of 3M already. Good. I see you guys. We're gonna get caught up on this in the chat. We've had some lively debate about. We got the double D, Darth Dividend. He's not out on 3M yet. Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay long term, but it's just there's an opportunity cost, I think, right, of having that money locked up in 3M. So, let's see. You have to see a compelling argument. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And I agree. I don't think they're uninvestable, but my guy, Ron Pizier, he hit me up on email and said that he kind of likens it to, and he got out, by the way, I don't think he'll be joining us on the stream. He got out of 3M and said he's viewing it as almost a gamble by holding on to 3M through all of this, because you're gambling and you're betting that just everything's going to break right or not as bad for 3M. So yeah, I kind of like that thought. Yeah, I mean, you see it, buddy, but their sales have still been declining, and I know some of that's been hampered by the COVID pandemic kind of waning, right? If I don't want to speak to something like that, but Walgreens, CVS, they've all talking about it. There's that Cook County. They've all talked about it. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, yeah. Your Littman stethoscope. Stethoscope. Hey, we should do it. Every time he mispronounces a word, take a drink. No, this is not pink drink. The dishwasher was dirty. And again, I ganked one of my daughter's color changing Starbucks cups. So, Billy, yeah, buddy, it's tough. I just had another thought. I know that 3M, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're still in SCHD. And I also have in my 401k, which we don't really share on the channel, VVIAX. So I believe I still have exposure to them in those two. Let's see. Let's see. I gotta stop saying let's see. Hey, Steve C, what's up, buddy? You got that's the Starship Enterprise in your little widget down there, right? Or whatever it's called. Oh, did he? Did Jeremy? We talked about it on Ryan's live stream with Tattooed Chef. I assume that's Tattooed Chef, right? You missed. There you go. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Auditor Dan. Dude, he's an auditor. I love it, Dan. He sold after the earplug lawsuit first started and the Forever Chemical. Yeah, they settled here in the US, and I think there's still some loose ends to tie up over in Europe. But yeah, it's out of management control. A good price for 3M exists. Honestly, at this point, and I bought those shares. It feels a little bit like eating crow because I said, look, and this was a while ago. I was like, it's probably going to go to the 90s. And when it does, I'll add a little bit. I bought 3 shares at 99 in the Roth, but yeah, it's just, this is why I love talking to you guys. I love hearing your opinions. I love to hear what you have to say. Darth, Casey, I love hearing this from you guys. Yeah, gift of 360, too many lawsuits. It's tough. And it's that whole uncertainty with so much being out of management's control. Let's see. Nice. I love you guys. Hey, by the way, Bob, I don't think I said hi to you. Hello, Bob. You get a salute, and everybody gets a salute. I'll just keep saluting the whole time. So Darth, you don't hold 3M, do ya? Yeah. All right, good. I'm gonna get caught up to you guys. Let's see here. Yeah. So Kevin, Kevin, what's up, man? Fresh back from Egypt. Everybody's taking trips. I was in Ireland. Yeah. So I'm sure you caught all that. I loved your thoughts. Give us the quick thoughts on 3M. How does that, everybody, by the way, Kevin Burgess, please subscribe to his YouTube channel, look up his name, do it now, come back. I don't care. But he has a lot of experience, way more knowledge and experience than I do. And yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on 3M. So let's see. Yeah, it's interesting, but it's not an exact equation, but dude, Blockbuster. I mean, when I was a young guy, Blockbuster was everywhere, and they ended up going away. Toys R Us was everywhere. I mean, I know those are different. It's not exactly apples to apples comparison, but yeah, I'm sure you guys can think of more experiences with products that were just all over the place, and then they weren't. But yeah, I don't know. They do have a little bit of a moat, but yeah, I tend to agree with that. And Casey, thank you for elaborating on that a little bit. That's kind of the thought with only a 2.5% 10-year CAGR with like you said, the entrenched products that they have. Man, it just leaves a lot to be desired. Like, where is this growth coming from? And now you're going to have the pressure of all those lawsuits and a little bit of debt coming due, but still, dude, billion here, a billion there. Pretty soon we're talking about real money, right? Yeah. So, okay, good. I think, Bob, you were was my my thought about does it help? I'm trying to keep them like 10 minutes. And you know what? I might just do a live stream where I just come on with no topic and I don't know, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But yes, to answer your question, Bob. So to the best of my ability, I do them every weekend, usually every Sunday. I used to do them Sunday afternoons, like right around 11 Central, but I just think it's a little easier for me, and maybe more people are home doing it Sunday night. So Sunday night, probably about 7 o'clock. Obviously, I have a family. I've got, you know, things going on. I'm a busy guy. So to the best of my ability, I'm not like that guy, Ryan Williams, where all he's got is a cat and a fiance and an apartment. So, and by the way, you know, a good friend of mine that I've become with Ryan Williams. So if he's watching or you know him, or yeah, it's nothing. But yeah, it's just busy. Life's busy. So to the best of my ability, I will be on every Sunday at 7 p.m. And if something crazy, then I'll shift it to Saturday, you know. All right, we got Jay's stocks. What's up, Jay? Going back and forth on selling it or not. Oh, in the UPS. That's a good one. Yeah. Tell me that. What would your alternative be? What would you sell 3M and buy more of? And quite honestly, I think for me, I'm really enjoying building up SCHD and the Roth. And actually, the more I think about it, is that oh, by the way, I just had another random thought about a speculative non-dividend position I took. I've been looking at this company for a little bit and decided to pull the trigger. It's Surge Pays, ticker SURG. Have fun with that one, Casey. It's one that I think I like where they're going, and you know, just testing out my ability. See if I'm only going to probably grab 10 shares or so just to see what happens. But anyway, I think for a lot of us investors, the thing that stinks about 3M being down so much in the tax advantaged accounts is we can't tax loss harvest, meaning we can't take that loss up to $3,000 to offset capital gains. So unfortunately, I'm almost becoming of the opinion it might be, I don't know, safer to hold ETFs or not mutual funds, but ETFs inside of tax advantaged accounts, because at least if the S hits the fan on any one individual position and we're stuck with it, we can still tax loss harvest inside of the taxable account. So, all right, Michael Swami, the Swami, he sold in October. Too much uncertainty. Despite, again, a lot of respect, but I'm trying to look at it as hope, not being a very good investment strategy or thesis. Yeah, fantastic point, Phil. Though, yeah, if the growth was higher, it would give me more of a warm and fuzzy. But when we got that flat growth and declining sales, and plus all this litigation, yeah, it's. All right, Ray, you're still waiting to buy 3M. You work in the auto industry. Dude, likewise, we use their earplugs. You wouldn't believe how many industrial facilities I go into that have 3M earplugs and hearing protection. Yes, I get the irony of that with the whole military earplug lawsuit, but they still make fantastic earplugs when I do wear them. Let's see. All right, Darth looked up. He says their net sales of 8, I'm assuming that's billion, outperformed Zach's consensus of 7.6. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's just a opinion, right, from Zach's. I mean, that's just estimates. So I don't know. Sometimes I want to see more growth than that. You know, when we showed you on the chart, it just looked But yeah, I can understand, dude. I love it. I appreciate your opinion. I really do. I'm thankful. Glad that the insights are helpful, not just from me, but we have a very cool community. And, you know, it's almost like we're helping each other to be better investors. I really do enjoy the words that you have to put on the screen here. You don't have to put them. You choose to put them, right? You know what? Yeah, the lawsuits. So I believe, does anyone know for certain? I think the PFAS, that is going to be spread over 13 years, and it's like 13 billion, right? So about $1 billion a year. but we just don't know how massive it could set records for a conglomerate settling. I mean, with the military earplugs. So that's a good one. I don't know who's. We'll say you said it, Rex. How about that? If you're hoping, you're gambling. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. No, I can't. So I already did in my taxable account. I taxed less harvested, but I was down, I think 35% on those shares in the self-directed, and I think a little bit more in the Roth. So I'm probably be moving out of the Roth this week or next. I mean, I'm sleep on it. Sometimes I move like a turtle. It's just all right. Yeah, still holding Intel. So this one is a little different. Maybe not so much different, but I love you, dude. I love it. Call me out on it. I did take profit on 30, was it 4? I don't know. Why am I asking you? It was like 26 or 34 shares, whatever my odd number was. I sold out everywhere else but 100 shares because I'm waiting for that one more pop. And I hope it comes. I feel like a surfer just hanging out in the water, waiting for that wave. So I got to get caught up to you guys. This is too far. So yes, I'm still holding Intel. Here we go. We're going to switch on rapid fire mode here. Kevin's quick thoughts. The lawsuits are significant and not estimable yet. Dude, I love it. Estimable. I will drink to that fancy word, Kevin. Yeah, I do. And you know what? Mark my words. And if I'm wrong, it ain't going to mean nothing anyway, because I just give my thoughts here. But I think that when they do spin out the healthcare business, I would not be surprised at all to see them reduce the dividend then. So, all right, I'm going to see. Apologies if I skip over you. I'm trying to see where you guys are talking to each other and where there's a. Yeah, that's did he? I did not know that. I've only heard Warren Buffett say that, so he had to have gotten that from somewhere, right? But that's funny. Yeah, Warren's always saying that. Interesting. Yeah, of course. And as I say that, but on the flip side, if you are right, then you are massively giving yourself a huge advantage by never having to pay. That was kind of the word never and not combined. So don't worry. I'm not slurring. I haven't been drinking. Sometimes the old noggin wants to combine a couple words together. But yes, on the flip side, Casey, if you are right, like I think Peter Thiel did this and they tried to put in rules about that, or someone on Capitol Hill, I think, wanted to kind of use Peter Thiel as a reason to pass more laws and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, if you're right, and you get a massive, massive winner, boom, you ain't paying any taxes on that. Uh-oh, look at this. Whoa, that's some breaking news. That's a hot take, buddy. Dumping SCHD in the IRA and throwing it in UNH. Really, UNH. Interesting. Okay, going with the railroads, right? Hey, here we go. Question. Paulo Pinheiro says, what is or are good ETF with 4% yield like SCHD? Well, I mean, there's SCHD. I'd like to see what you guys put, but if you want to take a little more risk, they use JEPI. I mean, that's one of the popular ones that I've been mulling over. But dude, there's a SCHD. You see tons of videos on it, and everybody loves it for that one reason, is that it does have such nice dividend growth. But yeah, you can find, it just depends on your risk tolerance and what the underlying of the ETF is. So, all right, let's see. Oh, the decision. So Fast Eddie, the main one was they had acquired Aero Technologies, 3M did. It was a subsidiary that they bought, I believe, back in 2008 or 9. And they had been selling the earplugs to the military since, I want to say, I don't remember exactly now. I swear it was the early 2000s that they started doing this, but there's lawsuit, there's veterans going back. No, it is then, right? Yeah, it is. It was in the 90s. So I believe it was 2002 or 3 that Aero Technology started selling the earplugs. 3M came in and bought them in 2008 or 9 ish, from what I remember. And then that's when the problem started in the mid teens with the veterans. So there was a problem, they wouldn't fit some, and there's the whole, it's going to be a mess in court because 3M wanted to claim something called the government contractor defense, meaning that they're saying, look, we just made the earplugs to the specs that the government gave us. We told the government about any issues that they may have, and we should be free and in clear because the government signed off on it. So, yeah. All right, all right, all right. So anyway, that's who are they working for now? Good question. Whoever decided to buy this little company, boy, I bet they wish they could not do that now. Easy, yeah. 3M could be fine in 10 years, and I still think they're going to be around. I don't think they'll go bankrupt. And that was kind of like, that was one of my theses for hanging on, is saying, like, I don't think they'll go bankrupt. But honestly, what does a not bankrupt 3M look like in 10 years? If it's just so much uncertainty. Do you know what I mean? Let's see. Here we go. The 10-year CAGR is 2.12. Yeah, it is. All right. Dun, 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 dun. So that's singing. Yep. Slow dividend growth. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, I'm sorry. What am I thinking of? UNP. That's what I was thinking of. Union Pacific, right? UNH. Yeah, United Health. Yeah, man, that's a solid company. They raised that divvy 10% recently, or 13? I think it was a double-digit raise they just had, right? Yeah. See, KC bringing the good points, bringing the fire, is all the kids say. Why would any investor accept the concentration risk of being in an individual stock like 3M? Yeah, if the S&P, that's a good point. And honestly, that would be much safer. The dividend yield is going to be lower, but you're going to be more diversified and a lot safer just being in the S&P 500. So, all right. Yeah, UNH is United Healthcare. I know. I got UNP on the brain. I don't know why. It's all the rain, dude. I'm waterlogged here. All right. Oh my God, I did it. I got caught up. Yeah, I did it. I made it. All right. 5 years. Wouldn't be shocked if there's a comeback. Not a blockbuster. Yeah, good question. And you know, it's funny. There's a saying out there, and it goes something like, the biggest cost for a product comes after it's already out on the market, meaning that you don't know what could happen with it. Crazy things could happen with litigation. Like, look at that. These earplugs from a little subsidiary that they bought could end up having massive ripple effects on the entire ginormous conglomerate that is Minnesota Metals and Mining. At least I think that's what it was, right? Minnesota Mining and Metals, something like that. Jeremiah, not a bullfrog. He is Walters, but he has 23% gains on UNH. You know what, man? That's one I wish I could have back. Going back to Daddy's days when he was trying to be a swing trader, circa early 2018, I did a swing trade on UNH, and I look back now and I took maybe like $5 a share on like 10 shares. I was so happy to give $50. I look back now at the dividend growth, capital appreciation, the shares they bought back, and it's just like, if I would have just held, that's all I would have had to do. Held. Just buy it and forget about it. Collect the dividends. Okay, thank you, Rex, for looking that up. So there you go. I probably will just take my lumps, put that opportunity cost, or put that not opportunity cost somewhere else. Yeah. My God. So anyway, what do you guys, have any questions? All you 63 people in the world out there watching, what do you want to know? Hit me with anything, as long as it's not like some bizarre sexual thing or something. I mean, we'll keep it in the realm of investing, and particularly, what's particularly? It's kind of like when it's It's particularly spectacularly. It's spectacular, is what I think the kids say. The kids, no kids say that. People are like, dude, come on. All right, what do we got here? Eli Lilly and Broadcom went way high in the last couple of months. They did, didn't they? Eli Lilly has that. Do they have that drug? It's what's the miracle drug, the weight loss drug, or it was used for, wasn't it used for diabetes? And now it's like it'll help you sleep better and quit smoking and lose weight and you'll have ripped six-pack abs, whatever it was. Nice. I'll just hit this one real quick. Nice. Fast Eddie. What do I use in my hair? Well, I was out in the rain today, so it's not as well as it should be. I use pomade. I use currently Fix Your Lid, high hold, low shine. I wanted to say gloss, but I think it's shine. High hold, low shine is what I hold from Fix Your Lid. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Minnesota Mining and Minerals. I don't know what I said. I think I said mining and I don't know what. Yes, I was. I was swing trading healthcare stocks because off a course I took on Udemy, and we were looking for the technical patterns on the chart and looking. And dude, UNH hit that pattern, and it was one of my biggest trades. I remember it was like 10 shares and I don't even know what it was at. It was at maybe like 180 something, pushing 200 a share. And I remember because I had money sitting and I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. It was the biggest amount I'd ever put into any one stock at the time. So that's why I remember it was UNH, because I was like, whoa, like $2,000. This is big time. And I think it went up like $5 a share. It hit, I set the stop loss and blah, blah, blah. And I got out of it. And I was like, yes, I made like $5 a share. And now I look and it's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. There he is. Yeah, hey there, guys. Up there in Wisconsin. You're going to get up there to Wausau and Minocqua. I don't know. I don't do a Wisconsinite accent real well. I do know Yahader, but that might be like the Yoopers, they say, right? The Yooper, the UP, the Yooper, for all of those of you that are out there in the world and are just like, what language is he speaking? The Upper Peninsula, UP, Yoopers. They call them the people that live in the Upper Peninsula, which would be Michigan and not even Wisconsin. So, yes, nice. That's the way to do it, easy. Go on that 2x speed. All right. Oh, let's see. What are you doing, Darth? Financial sector and real estate. Oh yeah, I was on your channel I popped in when you were buying Key Corp. So it looks like they're gonna do well, man. I think they're still gonna be okay. I haven't dug into them ever, so yeah. Mounjaro. Who's this Ivy? Ivy, this isn't my Ivy, is it? I got to be careful. So I don't think that's my Ivy. Are you? Let me know. Come downstairs if this is my Ivy saying that. Oh, it's not you. Oh my God. Yeah. Mounjaro. Yes. I'm sorry. That would be yes. Thank you, Darth. Ozempic, right? That's the one that's like looking like it might be like the wonder drug. Yeah. Sorry, Ivy. But thank you for beautiful name. I love it. You share a name with my daughter. Lowering exposure to Lilly and Broadcom. Hey, do what's right for you. I don't own either of those outright. All right, what do we got? Dun. All in on Jeppy. Really? Oh, wait, I'm going all. Yeah, it is all in on Jeppy. It can tell you by 1 share a month itself. Hey, that's a pretty, how many shares would you need for that? Because they pay $6 a year, I think, right? I just did a video on them. So somebody do the math. Oh, look at this. Dude, Easy Rollins. I'm going to get to you, buddy. How do I pop this on? Let me get to your comment. Man, so first of all, I always say it. You guys don't have to give any kind of donation. I mean, I will take it if you feel you absolutely must have to. by all by all means, I will thank you. 1,000 thanks for that. And let me know, what were you on? What ship were you on? What was your rate? And we won't get carried away with it. We're not going to tell sea stories here, even though I have some interesting ones. Some of them not quite appropriate for this and for any ears that may be listening in other rooms. But what were you? By the way, I was indeed, for those of you watching, on the USS John C. Stennis CVN-74. It's an aircraft carrier. No, unfortunately, I was not a pilot. I was not a Top Gun guy, but I did work in weapons department and on the flight deck. So I was by the birds when they were taking off on the catapult. So very fun time in this guy's life. That was ages ago. I got out in 1999. So, oh my God, you guys are the best. All right, I'm going to get caught up. I do apologize if I skip over you. I'm going to try and get caught back up and get to Mr. Easy Rollins, what he did. Dude, thank you again. I love it. Thank you so very much. From one shipmate to another. I won't even call you shipwreck or shippy. All right. Should I buy a new bed or go on vacation with the wife? Okay, assuming they cost the same, it's an expensive bed. I have the perfect answer for you. In my opinion, and I hope this doesn't get you in trouble, Ray, I would take the vacation. Why? Because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know how much more time you have, but that bed is always going to be there. You're always going to have the opportunity to buy the bed, but to go on a vacation with your wife while you both have time right now, you got that time in the bank, in the bag right now. I would easily choose making memories with your wife on vacation, and then, maybe make some memories on the bed when you buy it. I don't know. So, yes. Oh, here we go. Looks like you guys might have disagreed with me. Michael, maybe did I get it right? I don't remember what I said. Yeah, Hershey. Hershey does keep going up. That's a solid company. That's one that I regret not buying when the market crashed. But unfortunately, do you guys find that? When the whole market was down, if you were buying, it was like a kid in a candy store. I literally ran out of money. And I didn't want to just start, opening up the credit card to do that. So nice. All right, let me see here. Tempur-Pedic, can't complain. We have a ghost bed. I don't even know if they sell ghost beds anymore. It shipped to the house. It was in one of those boxes. It was in this cardboard box, and you cut it and it's all air sealed. And that was kind of cool. Hello, everybody. If you're just joining us, this is Dapper Dividend's mattress and bed rest talk for the next hour. Yeah. All right. Let's see. You know what? Cheap secondhand on all furniture, except the bed. Yeah. But guys, you can get swindled by salesmen. This is why I bought a waterbed when I was 20 years old. It was a combination. It was a waterbed with plastic springs in it. And it was so stupid. So stupid. I would never do it again. But the salesman was like, well, look at this. You spent a third of your life in bed. So you want to go cheap on that? Or do you want to spend up and get something really, Yeah. Hey, Mark from Tucson, Arizona. Out there in the desert, I'm guessing. Let's see. All right, this is what you've been buying. Let's see if I get them. Key Corp, Truist Financial, and Bank of the Ozarks, or Bank Ozark, I think it is, loading up. I like it. Is that what I said, everybody? I don't remember what I said. Did I say Minnesota? I think I said, all right, what stock is on my radar? So I think I told you, right? I bought one that's not a dividend payer. What they're trying to do is hook up low income people, like on the corner stores, like low income neighborhoods, to help them get on the internet. There's government subsidies that pay for internet connection and laptops, and they're trying to get a portion of that. They set it up where and I know this is too much for a company that doesn't pay dividend, but if it sounds interesting, look it up yourself. Ticker SURG. Surge Pays. They're just become profitable. They're a micro cap company. So one of my thoughts is that all the companies we love, like 3M, at one time, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, How does that go? Long time ago. It's been a long time since I've seen Star Wars, but they were a micro cap company. I would venture to say almost every company, even Amazon, was a micro cap company. It's a lot harder to find them, but actually going through this kind of re-whetted my appetite. 100 Baggers by Christopher Mayer. Really enjoy this book. Really easy read. I'm going through it again, and that kind of whetted my appetite again for, trying to try my hand at finding another micro cap company, something that's going to grow into something big one day. So that's one of them. But as far as dividends, companies still buying Nexstar Media, SCHD still buying that. Looking to buy more Ares Capital, ticker ARCC, but unfortunately they're not dropping below. I want to get them below 1845. So closer to 18, I'd like to add more of them. And by the way, Ares Capital is the opposite of 3M. All that happens with Ares Capital and also Vici Properties, I've been buying them too. The insiders buy and they hold. They don't sell that often. So yes, I'm going to give, I can just jibber jabber jaw. Oh, dude, look at this. He was also on an Uncle Sam's Yacht Club. I love it, man. Did you, how long did you do? You're not a lifer, are you? Here, this is one of my souvenirs. The whole, I don't know how to show it here. So this tattoo, my USN tattoo, it had Jesus on there. It had the guy take Jesus off to get it. But yeah, that's one of my Navy souvenirs, and it's there forever. And no, I wasn't a lifer. So, all right, let's see. Darth, tries to avoid the triple M convo because they say if you don't own them, it doesn't matter. You can, that's cool. Starbucks or Kroger. Hey, by the way, I did think about for a hot minute because Kroger bought Albertsons. So if you buy Albertsons, I think there's like a 24% arbitrage upside on those shares if the merger goes through, plus any small dividends until then. I don't know when that's supposed to happen because the regulators, the government, as I understand, is kind of dragging their feet, giving it the stamp of approval. But it's at, I think, 26.85, maybe 26 and change is what the buyout is going to be at after they had paid that special dividend of like 6.85. So if you're looking for, if you're a gambler, and you want to pick up Albertsons ACI, and if the deal goes through, you're going to get about 24% upside, almost 25% upside. All right, here we go. He was deployed on the Forest. Oh my God. Yeah, I was going to say, dude, you're an old salt. Look at that, right? The Forrestal. For those of you that don't know, there was a huge fire on the Forrestal, right? That was the one that had the big fire. Or was that the one McCain was on? I don't remember. All right, let's see. Yeah, no. So we had, I don't remember what earplugs we had, but on the flight deck when we went up there, it was doubled. You had to have the earplugs and then the cranial that you see them wearing in Top Gun. Look at this. Yeah, don't worry about my content. It'll always be there. I'm not going anywhere. Second job because it's. I was gonna say with you and with Harrow Health dropping. Unfortunately, I can't put any more into the Roth. I'm maxed out on it. And I actually I've been looking at sell it. I still hold Alibaba. I'm trying to figure out my exit strategy on Alibaba and if I want to wait for those for the spinoff. But I'm starting to think I might take half of Alibaba and put it into Harrow Health because I still like them. Not a dividend paying company for those of you that are watching and don't know. But hey, no wonder. No wonder. No worry, and happy Independence Day to all of you all too. Funny you say that. I was in the Navy with the guy who it would irk him to no end, and now you're never going to be able to not hear this. When people say Happy 4th of July or what are you doing for the 4th, it would drive him crazy. He would say, it's Independence Day. You got to say Independence Day. So I try to. Sometimes I slip, but it's a funny thing that somebody on this planet at one time get really annoyed when people say 4th. Recommendations for 20K in the next 2 months. Well, I mean, I don't like to give. I mean, if what I would do is that's a real interesting. I'd love your guys' comments. Help us out here. Help a brother easy out. Only dividend stocks. Man, I almost feel like if you had to invest it, I would just I would probably dump half into SCHD as almost like a holding tank because it's solid, it doesn't fluctuate, there's not a lot of volatility to it. And then I would just look for other companies that are on your radar that are undervalued or fairly valued. And it's so hard to say because what my risk tolerance is and what I like and I've researched and I'm comfortable with may be different for you. But honestly, I know some people do that. They put stuff into an ETF and then they'll siphon off of that when opportunities present themselves. Oh, let's see. The 3M money. Oh yeah. So a little bit of it went to more realty income and to Vici properties. I also sold, excuse me, I also sold Stag Industrial. I only had 14 shares. It looks overvalued to me. Really slow dividend growth. I really have been disappointed that they don't have a really big AFFO payout ratio, but the management just has not been raising that dividend. So I kind of got frustrated with management for that reason. And I would just rather put it in other REITs. So yeah, also so more realty income and more Vici. I'm really liking Vici, and I'd really like to get up to 100 shares of Vici soon. So that's what. Let's see. Oh, good point. No jinxies here. A lot of people die on their way to vacation too. Well, that's a pleasant thought. Do you consider stock price when investing, short-term and long-term gains in mind? Yes and no. It depends on how egregious it is, but I will say I did an experiment with PepsiCo, and I'm so glad I did because one of the big lessons from that. What is this? This is Bill Clinton used to do this. Hey man, one of the big lessons that I learned from I'm like Bubba now. One of the big lessons that I learned from doing that 100 shares of PepsiCo, I bought one share a week for 100 weeks, regardless of the price. That was the rule. I had to buy one share every week. And I specifically remember at about $140, $141, alpha spread, everything I looked at said it was overvalued. It was expensive. And I remember thinking, you know what? I probably wouldn't buy here. I'd rather wait until it got into the 120s again. But I'm glad I did because I learned that even though I thought it was expensive, look where we are now. PepsiCo touched almost $200 a share not too long ago. So yes and no. Dude, you didn't do it again, did you? Dude, stop giving me your money. Take your friends, family, loved one, kids, nieces, nephews, grandparents, aunt, uncle. Buy one of them a beer or something. Don't give me any more money, dude, please. But you were on the submarines, USS Annapolis. You were a submariner. And the Corpus Christi. Oh, look at this guy. He got in the year I got out. Nice. Dude, thank you so much. I really do love and appreciate the support. And please just don't give me any more money ever again, unless you're like, just you have to, then I'll take it. But I always have to preface it and say, just don't spend it on somebody you know or love, but maybe you don't love me. So thank you again. Seriously though, thank you. And thank you for your service. I truly do appreciate that shit, mate. Shippy, we call him, right? Oh boy, he was given an earbud by 3M. What? Delta Airline from North. Okay. Just one earbud? Is that all they gave you? Oh, Ray got a bunch of Truist Financial. Nice. Hey, Carlos, look at this. We got a guy named Carlos DeLuca up there in Montreal. All right, buddy. Aries Capital. Yes, Aries Capital. Those are, I think you guys are giving more recommendations to, I don't remember who asked that question for the 20K. Was it Michael? My apologies. I don't remember who asked, but nice. NSA. I don't remember NSA. CubeSmart though. CubeSmart's nice. What do you guys think about that's another arbitrage play that might go through, life storage and extra space storage. That should be happening soon, I believe. All right, let me get caught up to you guys. Oh, easy. Welcome back, man, from your 2x journey. Nice. Interesting. Yeah, I think it'll go through because I think what I read is that even after the merger goes through between Albertsons and Kroger's, I think they'll only be the fourth largest grocer in the United States. So they're not even going to be at the top. Like Walmart is just miles ahead of everybody. So I think it'll go through. It's set at 24. Yeah, and good point. I should have said that. So there's this thing that when like Microsoft and Activision Blizzard went through that, they're going through that. So like she said, whatever the spread is that the market is right now saying we think there's a 24% chance that this doesn't happen and go through. But my caveat would be if you do buy ACI looking for that arbitrage spread, I would want to be comfortable holding Albertsons for a while. And there's some people that think they're a good company in their own right. So always make sure you look into the company that you're trying to do the arbitrage in, the arb, just in case it falls through. Nice, Dean. Yeah. And I think their net asset value for Ares Capital is somewhere around 1845, I believe. It's right around 1850. That's kind of why I picked that. And it's just a number in my head to give me like a line in the sand to buy below. But I'm really loving them at 18 and below 18. So I'd like to add more there. Interesting. My investment thesis for Baba. Yeah, my investment thesis began when Charlie Munger bought, and this was one that was probably the tail end of me learning to not buy on the conviction of others. It was also that they're just so big. I mean, they are like, people would say the Amazon of China, but it was like the Amazon of China, the PayPal of China, the Spotify of China, the Netflix of China. It was like everything all rolled into one company. So in my mind, I thought, you know what? They're just too big. They are so ingrained, few things I read, into the lives of everyday life in China that they're just going to be here. And yeah, that was pretty much one of the theses for it. And then Charlie Munger bought too. So just goes to show nobody's perfect. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And that may be one where I'm going to take my lumps on. And, I might just sell half of that position too. I'd like to see what happens with them. But honestly, yeah, it's a very complex company from what I had learned. And again, yeah, the more I think of it, the more it's probably past time to get out on it. So, right, exactly. So yes, Alibaba doesn't pay a dividend. Ideally, I wanted no more than 10% of the portfolio into growth stocks. And that may be like the third prong of why I got in is I was looking for a growth stock. And when it was falling and just started its descent coming down is when I thought it looked like a good opportunity to buy a growth stock, even though they don't pay a dividend. So yeah, you learn your lesson. And I don't have too many non-dividend companies, but I'm human. I get that little bit of that bug and, I want to hit 100 bagger. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me get caught up to you guys. Yeah, there you go. I'll drink to that, Casey. I should have bought more of them when they were in the 140s. I really should have, but we'll see. I have a feeling they're going to give me another chance. We'll see. Good point. You keep 20 in a Fidelity money market brokerage, you get over 4% while you find a good pick. Yeah. And again, like she said, you just siphon off little bits whenever you need it. And at least you're getting that 4% on it. So that's a good one. That is good. Likes VIG. All right, let's see. Yeah, good pick. Thank you. Casey did give me Next Star Media, put them on the radar, and the more I looked into them, the more I continue to look into them, the more I indeed like them. And I just think I agree with management. And of course, you have to try to look through whenever you hear management talk, they're always going to try to put a good spin on their company. And this is one of the things Warren Buffett dislikes is he wishes and he likes it when businesses will tell him what's wrong. Like he'd love to. I think he said something in one of the meetings. It's like he'd love to just say what's wrong with your company, and they never tell it. They just spin it into something positive. So you kind of got to try and read between the lines there. Let's see. Look at you guys. We don't know. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. One thing I've learned here in this world of social media is you never know who's on the other end, unless you're talking to Darth, I guess. We know who's on the other end there, or Kevin. But aside from us who put it out there and use our government names, well, I guess you don't, Darth. I know your first name, but I try to focus on the words and what the people are saying and not what it says they did or who they are. And it's all about just the words for me. So let's see. Oh, what do you got here? Is that, wait, Darth, Stag is like the Rutgers of the Big Ten. That's a good point, man. I love that. Yeah, they're just not growing. All right, I'm going to get caught up here so we can bug on out. All right. I buy my entire portfolio every week, regardless of price. Yeah. Good. And let's see. What did KC say here? The minority think that the price makes or breaks an investment. Well, yeah. I mean, the only pushback I would give is that if you look at when was Coca-Cola? I remember Warren saying he probably should have sold Coke when it was at like a PE of 50, right? It was near 50, but that was late 90s, maybe. I think it was at like a PE of 50. Crazy overvalued, but look where it's gone since then. Share buybacks, dividend raises. I think they had another split since then, right? In the early 2000s, they had another split or two. So I don't know. I would give a little bit of pushback, but you're right. If you're wrong, then you want that margin of safety. So, okay. Yeah. Good. And Kevin agrees. So yes, to end that thought, and that'll be the last big thought is that to me, it matters, but if I think a company is going to be around in 20 years and they're going to keep growing the business, making money, and it's less of a concern, if that makes sense, just because I know that the price follows earnings. And if earnings are going to keep going up and they're going to buy back shares, then the share price is just going to keep going up. Plus, you're going to get dividends if you're doing what we do. So, yeah, it's a great debate. It's a great debate. Maybe we'll have that for another one. Ray, thank you, man. I know I got to get. I'm going into what is soccer called extra time here, so I want to keep it to an hour. And I will apologize for skipping over all of you because yours truly just gets stuck and talking. And all right, real quick, look at this. Lost T's trust, dumb T. Yeah, I'm still not there yet. I'm still waiting. And let's see. All right. I do appreciate all of you. We'll just end it there. I love you guys, man. I love it. I could go all night. I could probably do this till I lose my voice, but we're not going to because it's it's Sunday night, man. Go watch some TV. I think we're gonna try and watch The Bear. I don't know if you've seen The Bear or not. Maybe not. I hear it's good. It's in my hometown, Chicago. Hey, we're gonna go get some beef sandwiches. We're gonna watch The Bear. We got the Bears coming up. They're in training camp, going down to Hallis Hall. You're going to get the Cubs up there in the north side and going to Wrigley Field. We're going to get some old style. Oh, he said it, Dean. I love it. Yes, everybody. Happy 4th of July. And to my shipmate that's probably not watching, and I hope you're still alive, happy Independence Day to you. And I love all you guys for stopping by. Seriously, dude. Thank you.
And we always end it with Pee Wee. Why? Because I watched Pee Wee Herman when I was a kid. I'm from the 80s. What do you want? I love it. So I don't know what that is. I'm not even Italian. I'm a Czech. I'm a Czech Polak. So everybody, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll come up with something for next week. I will see you again next week. So long.